in overtime at the 1 yard line. The Chargers are 9-4. HBCU Florida A&M is looking for a new head football coach. James Cozy was fired Monday. Cozy was 12-12 in 2 seasons, including 5-7 this year. Gotta give a shout out to my alma mater, Illinois State University. The football team is coming to California this weekend to play UC Davis Saturday in the quarterfinals of the Division I AA playoffs. We're coming to Cali after knocking off the #1 team in the nation, undefeated North Dakota State, 29-28. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This holiday season, KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you and yours joy, peace, and prosperity. As we celebrate with family and friends, we're already looking forward to an exciting first quarter, packed with must-attend events to kick off the new year just right. In January, join us for our inaugural Brotherhood Brunch, bringing together community leaders, change makers, and everyday people for inspiration and connection. February means it's time for our signature Black History Month luncheon, a powerful celebration you won't want to miss. And in March, Women's History Month, we're once again hosting our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium and Luncheon, addressing the issues that matter most inside our community. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, happy holidays. Stay tuned for more details on these incredible upcoming events. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice, your community, your power.
All's my life I has to fight. All's my life hard times like bad trips like Nazareth, I'm f***ed up, homie, you f***ed up. But if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
And that's word is bonds. Dr. Charles H.F. Davis, sorry to make you late. My brain not working up to par this morning. But I wanted to at least have you speak on the Black Policy Lab, which is coming up a day after tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or it's tomorrow, actually, right? Dr. Davis, are you there? Dr. Davis.
Sorry. There we go.
Oh,
I was
you're
on
muted.
mute.
It happens.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. So the 8th Annual Black Policy Lab is going to be kicking off tomorrow, and this is a program that's hosted by Pink Cornrows, which is a policy and social impact firm, and it's going to bring together artists, educators, organizers, and media makers to discuss the policymaking narratives and processes across a variety of issues that are impacting Black communities. So our theme this year is Black is Human Too, and it directly confronts the erasure of Black humanity from our institution and policymaking frameworks. So folks can register. Again, it's completely free. You can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/Black Policy Lab 2025. Black Policy Lab starts with capital letters. Or you could follow Black Policy Lab on Instagram at _Black Policy Lab for additional details.
And you'll be speaking there, right? You'll be one of the...
Yes, I will be speaking there. There's a number of people. I mean, I'm probably very low on the list of the amazing folks that Pink Cornrows has lined up, but I will be there at the 10:30 hour to do Unbossed and Unbothered as the first segment, but we have sections throughout the day, and you can come in and out as you need to. Just make sure that you register so you can get access to the links.
I mean, just the lineup, including yourself, not at all at the bottom of the list, is incredible. The speakers that they have, that you all have, should be really inspiring for people. When we talk about getting courageous and committed and, fearless, I think these kinds of gatherings are so important.
Absolutely, and we look forward to as many people as being as possible. I think we had up to 2,500 folks registered last year, so we hope that we can eclipse that number.
And we can follow you and keep up with your writings and your leadership where?
Yes, you can follow me at HF Davis on Instagram is where I'm primarily posting right now. I've taken a little Twitter hiatus for the obvious reasons. You can also check me out at hfdavis.com, including my new and recent project with Dr. Candace Hall, Things We Imagined, A Black Futurity in Academic Life, which is a documentary that we just premiered in Denver, Colorado, and actually will be screening in L.A. Come late March, early April. So we hope that you can tap in with us at imaginefutures.net to learn more about our work.
imaginefutures.net. And I'm going to put in my bid right now. When you all come through in March, hopefully you'll stop into the studio and share about the work.
Oh, without a question, Dominique. We'll be there.
Well, thank you very much for joining me this morning. Sorry to detain you a little bit, but I so appreciate your insights and your words.
Never a moment too long. I really appreciate you and look forward to doing this again soon.
Absolutely. So much good stuff happening to our KBLA delegation. I know you know that because you're here. You're on KBLA, and Tavis is already teeing up the things that we're doing in 2026, which is right around the corner, including our broadcast that we'll be broadcasting this show. We'll be broadcasting First Things First from Altadena to talk about where we are 1 year later. That is going to be on the 1 year anniversary of those fires. And so we'll be there. We're going to be doing the State of Black Women again this time, the State of Black Women in LA. This time we'll be doing it in March. And we have our Black History Month brunch and a new event for the brothers in January. So as you can see, we're part of that. We're part of the momentum and part of the fellowship that is really needed to keep ourselves strong, keep ourselves encouraged, informed, enlightened, all of those things, so that we can make it through this, not just make it through this as in survival, but make it through this as in progress, because crisis does bring opportunity. That's like a business adage, out of crisis comes opportunity. They're talking about a chance to make money, but there's also a chance for change. There's always a chance for change when things are really wild and chaotic as they are in this country at this juncture. There's a chance to change and remake and upgrade, and I think that that is what I'm speaking of when I say stay courageous and things like this. Black Policy Lab, Black is Human Too, that Dr. Charles Davis is on a panel with Justice Shorter and a bunch of other folks they have on various panels, Dr. Melanie Price, and so many more folks. So these are opportunities for us to stay engaged and stay encouraged. We'll be talking shortly with Jamal Ibn Mumia and J.R. Valrey. They're on their way here. And I just wanted to update a couple things. I don't know if you track this, Miles. Last year we went to Benin, Nigeria, and Ghana. Well, there was an attempted coup in Benin this week, and apparently Nigeria sent in troops or forces to put that down. And the president went on TV, I think it was yesterday, to let the people know that the coup was unsuccessful, and that they had thwarted this mutiny. Apparently, a group of soldiers took over the national television station there, and there were explosions heard in Cotonou, which is one of the places we were, which is Benin's biggest city. It's not that big, okay? And they're saying that may have been a Nigerian airstrike, that their fighter jets had gone to take over the airspace and pull the coup plotters out of the television station. All of this hits really different when you've been there, right? I don't know. We spent time in Benin last year. It's a charming, tiny country. And when you hear it, I was reading on the BBC News, it sounds just really different than when you've been there. Benin is a country the size of LA, like the whole place. I think they have fewer people than LA. And, it's very quiet, very country, is what the folks in Nigeria semi-jokingly call them, very country. And the fact that they're in the news with this coup, I'm glad Patrice Talon is the president there. I'm glad that it's stabilized, but it shows you how important it is, I think, to travel, because we see the world so differently. When I read about something happening in Senegal or even now the sad news in Tanzania or Nigeria or Ghana or Kenya, I see it differently because I've been to those places. And of course, the challenge is knowing when you can go where. And just like in this country, it might not be the greatest time to travel to the United States if you're from another country. Maybe it's a better time to visit Canada or go see, Italy. The same is true of Africa. So we are traveling once again to the motherland, not back to Benin, but we're going to Zambia, which is one of the places that Dr. Gerald Horne has always recommended to me that we would want to visit, and also Botswana. And it is not too late to go. If you want to go to africanfocus.org or go look on my Instagram. I'm about to post. We have another information meeting coming up on the 20th of December. It'll be on Zoom. And you can travel with African Focus Incorporated and KBLA Talk 1580 to the motherland and just experience a combination of chilling, hanging out on beaches and shopping, along with cultural tours where we learn about the background and the history of the place where we travel. And we also do some service. We go to a school or orphanage and donate and make a difference. This will be our 8th trip to the motherland, and I am inviting you to come with us. Our 8th trip to the motherland could include you. You can become an African Focus trailblazer by coming with us, and it's a wonderful experience. A easy way to find out more is to call 310-676-7300, 310-676-7300. Find out more. Come go with us, African Focus Incorporated and KBLA Talk 1580. Looking forward to the conversation with Jamal Ibn Mumia and you at 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DeFrima for Unapologetically Outspoken, Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I got the champagne. Everybody's glass.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates our own Keith Underwood, host of the weekend entertainment show Black in the Green Room, on his recent honor at the annual National Arts and Entertainment Journalism Awards. Keith received a first place award presented by the Los Angeles Press Club for his entertainment reporting, and we couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Keith, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
If If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
I do appreciate you, and they are here with me in the studio. Been looking forward to this conversation. We are being joined by J.R. Valrey. You guys know him. He is a broadcaster and an activist, and has appeared on this show before. And he's joining us. He's the People's Minister of Information. That's how he's known, a print and broadcast journalist for the past 28 years based in the Bay. JR, welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always good coming back.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Now, you're part of a kind of a tour. We talked about this before. You want to introduce our other guest?
Yes. I'm part of a Freedom from Frame Up tour, part of an organization called Freedom from Frame Up, but the tour is the Free Mumia tour. Today is actually the 44th anniversary of Black Panther political prisoner, award-winning journalist Mumia being locked up. Jamal is his oldest son, and I help aid and assist in fighting for his father's freedom the same way that I helped to fight for people like Kamal Siddiqui, Imam Jamil Alameen. Before that, it was people like Assata Shakur and Matulu Shakur. So, I've been in a political prisoner fight a while, but this is who I'm running with right now, and we're trying to free Mumia, one of the last 2 Black Panthers that are locked up.
Of course, you're an activist and a writer. And you've been involved in social justice issues in your own right, along with the struggle to free your father. Jamal Mumia, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
yes.
We talked on the phone, but this is our
Yes.
first time meeting in person.
Yes.
And you have an event today.
Yeah, we have an event, and we're going to be at the BLM LA Black Power Center right off of 43rd. And what we've been doing is the Mumia Freedom Tour. We've been going throughout the country and beyond. One of the things that we express is you got to keep working. The work never stops. So right now, we just came from Vegas. We had an event last night, and that was at the Tribune Village. And we also now is headed to L.A. again. Well, we're here at L.A. And after this, we headed to San Jose. We're going to be there on 11th at Silicon Valley. And we are bringing to the people's attention about my father, Mumia Abu-Jamal, which is a political prisoner, a journalist, but he's definitely is a Black Panther and been one since 14 years old as the Minister of Information for the Philadelphia chapter. And we need to bring his story forward.
I think that's right. I mean, we started out talking about hip hop this morning, and it's so easy generation to generation, even, decade to decade, for stories to get lost and changed. And we have now this information overload with social media. So if I was 8 years old, 10 years old, tell me the story of your dad, the social media simplified version.
Well, very comprehensive. Mumia is a journalist by heart. He was always into about the people, whether it was oppression he was reporting or police brutality or anything that was violating Black people and young in the area of Philadelphia. So he constantly would be reporting it. Then he transitioned into journalism when the Black Panther Party had split up or something around 1971. He transitioned into journalist, and he was a broadcaster at WHAT and WDAS radio, and he continued to highlight people cases. So he would be a journalist at first, and his skills was honed by the Black Panther Party. So he's always been dealing with the people, dealing with the journalism and the bad things that's happening, like, police brutality.
And your dad, you believe, was framed, right?
Yes. Mumia is innocent and framed. And he was framed because of his journalist work. And one of the famous things was when he covered the MOVE story back in Philadelphia.
The bombing of the MOVE organization.
No, it was the 1978 and 79 with the MOVE had a standoff and a police officer was killed. That's where the MOVE 9 come from. They were sentenced to 30 to 100 years for one officer and one bullet. That specific new press release, my father was a journalist, and he asked the question, how could 9 people be charged for one bullet of friendly fire as the coroner report? And the guy, Frank Rizzo at the time, the mayor, he pointed at him and said, you're going to be accountable. A year later, Mumia was facing death. He was facing death row. So there's very brutality, corruption, and everything that goes on in Philadelphia at that time in 1981.
I mean, Philadelphia is famous for that. What would you add to that story, JR?
I just think that him being a Black Panther, or what I would add is just that you said 85 MOVE bombing. He's talking about the 1978 event that was prior to the Move bombing.
Correct.
So Move had 2 major confrontations with the police. And so, yeah, Mumia got locked up. There's a confession. There's the Arnold Beverly confession. There's corrupt cops that are involved, where they got caught. Over a dozen cops got called up on corruption that were involved in Mumia's case, but Mumia's case wasn't looked at again, as well as he wasn't released from his charges, even though he was pulled under by corrupt cops. So I would say that there's a lot of different things, such as the gun, the bullet not fitting Mumia's gun that killed Faulkner. The fact that Mumia is not charged with having co-defendants, even though they know that there were other people on the scene. I mean, there's a lot of different things that point towards framing an innocence in Mumia's case.
When we fast forward to where we are right now, let me not do that. Let me say this. When you talk about your dad, Mumia Abu-Jamal, for those of us who do not know him personally, he has managed to continue his work as a journalist while incarcerated, which to me is amazing.
Yes. Well, he furthered his education. He continued to do that. He also become writing. He writed the issues, because his thing was the news. He said the news is around you all the time. And he continued to write commentations. He continued to write books. He did documentaries because, again, he believed in educating the people on what's going on. And he did that now. Man, he did that for about 44 years now. Continuous work, because he was 30 years on death row. And then he went and transitioned. They transitioned him from death row to slow death row. They took him off the international stage and said, if the prosecution don't appeal this in 180 days, then he will automatically commute to a life sentence. But there's still no work. There's still no issues, because it was the judge. He found a constitutional violation. Most people case, if it's a constitutional violation on a capital murder, you get a new trial. Your whole case is overturned immediately.
Well, even if the case wasn't overturned, he's been in jail for how long now?
44 years
44 years today.
Yeah.
So, even if his sentence wasn't overturned, why is he still in prison? Most people that, even if they're convicted and they have no advocacy on their behalf, they get out after a certain point. You don't stay in jail forever. In prison forever.
Right.
They get parole. They get,
Well, Mumia's case is political. And one of the things about it with the politics is, again, he was a reporting journalist. He wasn't just doing journalist work. Like a couple places he got fired. He was offered actually the Channel 3 and the Channel 3 and 17 anchor spots. But they wanted him to cut his hair. So his political views have never changed.
Yeah.
But his political views have never changed.
Right.
So this is what makes it, complicated like that and complexive. And like JR was saying, there was a federal probe on those police officers from 1980 to 1988 by the Philadelphia FBI office. And they was convicted, 30 of them was federally convicted for corruption. And out of that 30, 10 or more was involved in Mumia's his investigation of his case. So that is like within itself unheard of. If corrupted cops that even 1 or 2 was on your case, how could you?
They're supposed to throw out the whole case.
Correct.
It taints the case. We got news, traffic, and sports right here. I do want to ask you when we come forward, JR, about, this idea of political prisoners, something that you've worked on, and certainly what you just spelled out clearly makes the case that Mumia Abu-Jamal is one of those, a political prisoner still in the United States in 2025. All that straight ahead on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is urging residents to know their rights when dealing with ICE.
If ICE does not have a judicial warrant signed by a judge, you have the right to say, I do not consent to entry, and the right to keep your door closed.
He released a video after a recent raid on Canal Street. Meanwhile, the city council is debating 4 bills to protect immigrants. Former NBA star and champion Eldon Campbell's cause of death has been revealed. Campbell died in a boating accident in Pompano Beach, Florida, with authorities ruling his death as a drowning. The 15-year veteran was found washed up on the shore after a solo fishing trip. His family calls the loss tragic. And Antonio Brown is asking a Florida court to drop his attempted murder charge, citing stand your ground. Prosecutors say the former NFL wide receiver shot a man at close range in May after an alleged robbery attempt. He faces up to 30 years if convicted. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A weird game at SoFi Stadium last night, but the Chargers hung on and got the W. They beat Philadelphia 22-19 in overtime, a game that had 8 turnovers. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert was sacked 7 times. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts had 4 interceptions. The last one ended a potential game-winning drive in overtime at the 1-yard line. The Chargers are 9-4. HBCU Florida A&M is looking for a new head football coach. James Cozy was fired Monday. Cozy was 12-12 in 2 seasons, including 5-7 this year. Gotta give a shout out to my alma mater, Illinois State University. The football team is coming to California this weekend to play UC Davis Saturday in the quarterfinals of the Division I AA playoffs. We're coming to Cali after knocking off the #1 team in the nation, undefeated North Dakota State, 29-28. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, J.R. Valrey is with me, and Jamal Ibn Mumia is with me. And your name is actually a riff on your dad's name, right? Your dad, Mumia Abu-Jamal.
Correct. My dad actually changed his name after I was born. His name was Mumia, but he added to Abu-Jamal because that means father of Jamal. My name is Jamal Ibn Mumia. Jamal is the son of Mumia.
Okay, so you guys have reflections of one another's names in your name.
Right. He created that. He said your name expresses your journey.
Now, it's got to be, I think for anyone growing up with a parent that's really in the movement, it's a little different because you share your father or your mother with the world. It's got to be another whole animal having your father behind bars and sharing him with the world in that way.
Well, you look at it like he's always had me with him. He called me a big head tribe because I continuously always ask questions ever since I was young. So having that, yes. But he was still the same father that take me to school. He was still the same father that taught me how to ride a bike. It was still that. One of the most damaging things I think that happened to our family was the no contact for 30 years behind a glass and a screen. By him being so affectionate, we could not touch him. And he's handcuffed, legs and that, because it's psychological. So that part is, you're like, well, what's going on? And then you grow into what's going on. But he's always been with the world. He used to take me to a radio station like this, and be like, don't touch nothing. And he cleaning up some stuff, and he got the stuff, and I'm like, what's this? What's that? And he like, stop. I'm 7 years old. I'm like, what is all this? So we kindly always had a relationship. And one of the things, he's always had a relationship with the people. He telling me, about the Archbishop, Tutu, or he tells me about something about Africa, something in Europe. He's always a worldly guy. I had to read books to understand what he was actually talking about. He would give them to me.
Sounds familiar. But you were able to maintain that relationship. But I just can't imagine as a kid or even as a young adult or a grown adult not being able to touch, hug, hold, have that closeness, not only for you, but also you wanting to give him that comfort.
Yeah, but we had a lot. Like he told me that I remember so much. I had such a great childhood. Like I said, he was a hands-on. My dad, people don't really know that him and my mother, they were like Zounds. Like they liked the pinball machines. Like they were very competitive with pinball. My mother was like, he's trying to get my high score, and they take me on my birthday. So he's like very competitive on certain sports, and that was his thing. The pinball machine, the double flaps and the 4 flaps, and I just used to just bang it, and he'd be like, no, there's chemistry to that. When that come down, so he's very engaging. So even though he was still handcuffed and everything, he still engaged with books. Did you read that? Did you read this? Did you read Wretched of the Earth? Frantz Fanon, do you understand? I read the book. So what does the book talk about? So we would constantly always be building. So when he came off of death row, we had our first contact visit. That was after 30 years. But now today I bring up my grandchildren which is his great-grandchildren.
Wow.
And they have contacts with him. They play Connect 4 and everything, and they tell him he's like a brainiac, so they got to be a ounce or 1% of a brainiac. So they beat him one time, and they wouldn't let him get no get back. And he was like, oh, wow. They was like, no. So he has that interaction.
And he's a great-granddad.
Oh, he's a great-granddad.
And he's having some health challenges.
Yes, he is. He's having a lot of health challenges. He went past triple bypass heart surgery. He also had a diabetic shock. He also have dermatitis that they say is eczema. So now his eyes was going through. And just recently he had eye surgery on one eye, and then they just recently did the other eye just a couple days ago. He called me and told me, but they forgot the retinopathy. That was the leakage in it. He said, how you going to fix my eye? You ain't going to repair that, because the other surgeon had died. So they says, oh, he died, so I don't know. So they're playing this game. They still doing medical neglect. So my father is saying they did it, but they didn't cure nothing. So he got the issues with glaucoma and cataract and possibly being legally blind or blind, because the longer you wait, the more dangerous it gets.
Can you tell him, too, how he got hepatitis? Because I think that's crazy.
Oh, yes. So my father, in 1981, he was shot by police, the corrupted ones, because you have Arnold Beverly that confessed to it and actually told everybody what really happened. And you can look him up, Arnold Beverly. He passed 3 lie detector tests, and he had his own blood at the scene. So he actually said he seen another officer that was in uniform shoot Mumia. So when he got shot and he finally get to the hospital, they gave him a blood transfusion, but it was infected. The blood was hepatitis C. So for 25 years, he don't know why his liver and why he's having issues, but it ate up half of his liver. So when a cure came out, they told him, we can't give it to you because it's too expensive. So he took him to court and he won, but in Pennsylvania, all hepatitis C inmates got that free $90,000 a pop cure. But now his liver is only like a prune because it's been eaten for 25 years.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize that they even had found a cure for it, but
yes, they did. Yeah, he took him to court.
That's crazy. But I know that part of the basis for the appeal right now to free Mumia, which I feel like we've been talking about free Mumia, our whole lives.
Right.
But part of the appeal now is based on his medical state and the care that he needs, right?
It's that, and it's also the facts of the confession, the facts of the corrupted cops. It's a lot of things that with Mumia's case, like JR was touching, okay? It's a lot of things that people are just moving around. So what Mumia's case is that he needs the people. He said the people will ultimately free him. And I always use Jan 6. They had this hearing and they had different convictions, but when a person got in office, one stroke of the pen, it wasn't no new trial, it wasn't no new hearings, it wasn't no new evidence, it was exonerated. So Pennsylvania owed that to Mumia to exonerate him for his innocence, whether that's Josh Shapiro, that's the governor, or the parole or the pardon board, they need to exonerate him. And we can prove his innocence.
Right now, I'm reading that a group of folks, of activists, actually marched or they are marching to the prison, their Mahanoy State Prison, and that march is meant to end today in support of your father.
Well, there are Mumia supporters all over the world.
Yeah.
He has streets named after him in Paris.
Really?
He has different things. Yes, 2 of them. In Bobigny, and he also had one downtown in Paris, St. Mark's. So there's always motions going on for Mumia. We tell them, continue, because we need that. We need all cylinders to be working. That's where the Mumia Freedom Tour comes from. That's where our organization, Freedom from Frame Up organization, we free those that are framed, because a lot of people that's framed don't have nobody to support them. We have on our organization, our board is Rachel Wilkenstein, used to be one of Mumia's attorneys on his 80s and 90s case.
Right. She actually called into this show one day. And speaking of that, Freedom from Frame Up today in Los Angeles at the Black Lives Matter LA Center for Black Power in Leimert Park. You are doing what? It's at 7:00 tonight. Anyone can come.
Yes. Anybody. We encourage people to come. What we're doing is we are educating people.
Yeah, so you're educating people on the case?
We're educating people on the case. We're bringing new issues on the case, and we are asking for people to support it. One of the things that people don't do is they have different understandings of Mumia's case.
Yes, no doubt. Well, it's complicated. I mean, there's been so many issues with the evidence, so many attempts to overturn the case, the Fraternal Order of Police spreading dis and misinformation, and so and plus it's been a minute. So
44 years.
Yeah. So it's good. So it makes sense that people would be somewhat confused.
I think a lot of people are not really. See, that's why we get right to the meat and potatoes. Arnold Beverly is a key in Mumia's case, and the reason why is because in 1999, when he signed the affidavit, the attorney at the time was Len Weinglass, and it was also Dan Williams that wrote a book on it while he's defending Mumia, because Mumia had his book Live from Death Row out, and got a ghostwriter to say, you know what, we can sensationalize it and say this guy's not credible, and actually put it in a book to make sales. Mumia found out and fired them, but that nobody knows these things. They get swept under the rug.
Right.
So then the judge turned around and says, oh, that confession is late. It's time barred. Your attorney should have put it in. How the same attorney that was writing a book?
Yeah.
So these are things that we believe people need to see.
So this in-depth conversation will happen tonight at 3423 West 43rd Street. It's actually, if you know LA, it's right next to the Leimert Park metro station. Stop right there. And if you haven't been there before, right across from the actual park that is Leimert Park. So it's Africatown, 3423 West 43rd Place, and it's tonight at 7. You'll be there. Jamal, you'll be there.
It'll be our organization, some people there. We'll have merch. We'll have different things that people can get. We have literature so you can understand about it. You also can go to our website, freedomfromframeup.org. And, we just trying to educate the people on political prisoners and also people that have been framed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people out there, not just Mumia. It's a whole lot of them. And also, we also speak on, like, the late Imam Jamil Al-Amin. He had a health issue. You have also Black Panther Kamal Siddiqui have a health issue. And it's ironic that it's dealing with blind and all of this, because there's a playbook of medical neglect. It shouldn't take that long. If you're going to take them and put them in prison, you should be able to provide the proper medical for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going when I asked you, why is he still there? And why is, and why is he not getting the care that he needs? And so that's a perfect segue to you, JR, because Jamal is talking about this idea of political prisoners, and you've worked with more than one.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you define a political prisoner? Why do we still have them? And I know, for example, that this is one of the things that Black Lives Matter Grassroots has also worked on is, what is it really, how do you move the needle? You know what I mean? People have been protesting and marching and writing and crying about Mumia Abu-Jamal for decades, and he's still there. How do we move the needle?
Well, I think the work. I mean, if I had the answer, he would be free.
Right.
But I mean, I think all we can do is keep chipping away at it. But you ask, what is a political prisoner? A political prisoner is someone who's locked up, incarcerated because of their actions or because of their words. But words are actions also. So Mumia is a journalist. So because he was a member of the Black Panther Party and a journalist with the Black Panther Party, and he was pointing out and exposing contradictions, that was the main threat of Mumia. But there's also people like Kamal Siddiqui, who is a Black Panther that is locked up right now. He is the father of Assata Shakur's daughter. He wouldn't turn over on Assata Shakur and turn her in. So he's been locked up since 2010, and they won't let him out. And they drug up a case from the 70s against him. But he wouldn't be charged with this case if he would have worked with the government against Assata. So I'm just saying, it just shows that the government wants to kill the resistance in the Black community, in the brown community, in the oppressed people's community. There will always be political prisoners as long as there is a resistance fight. And we are here to acknowledge the people that are, why are we saying political prisoners? Because we have to help people that are in prison, period. But we have to help those that have fought for the people also, and possibly even more, because they are frontline soldiers that are holding the resistance fight on their back.
And when you talk about Jamil Al-Amin, also known as H-Rap Brown, he recently made his transition. He died in prison at the age of 82 after repeated appeals for his release on medical conditions.
Yes, serious medical conditions. See, they let it grow because you got a medical line that monitors it every day. So you complain why you can't go and get a surgery, why you can't deal with that. So a lot of times they know it, but they don't work as hard because of who you are.
Yeah.
So,
and I just want to point out, though, that Mutulu Shakur was released and only lived one more year.
Yeah.
You know,
but one of the reasons he was released was because of the activism of people.
But then, and also his sickness. And Herman Wallace was another one of the Angola 3. So I'm saying they let you go when people fight for you, they let you go at the last second, right before you die. And I want to point that out, and we got to fight for better.
All right, we'll continue the conversation with J.R. Valrey and Jamal Ibn Mumia when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
If you're an adult in need of an accredited high school diploma, the Los Angeles Public Library can help. You can earn one for free in as few as 5 months online with 24/7 access. You also get a personal academic coach plus special training focused on 9 in-demand industries, as well as a resume and cover letter to advance your career. Visit the website at lapl.org/diploma. That's lapl.org/diploma.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
The conversation continues right now with Dominic DePrima on First Things First.
Well, okay, time flies when you're on the radio. J.R. Valrey is here, and Jamal Ibn Mumia is here, and they are having an event at the BLMLA Center for Black Power tonight. You can go. We had someone who couldn't stay on the phone because they're at work. They want to know if there's any public official or official media platform that advocates for Mumia that they can support.
Well, again, you can send in your request to freedomfromframeup.org, and you can let us know.
Freedomfromframeup.org is also on Instagram.
And we do have interviews. They ask for a platform that provides information. BlockReportRadioWorld.com. That's like where I do my interviews. You can see Jamal Ibn Mumia. You can see the second secretary of Cuba, the Cuban embassy, Gabriela Castillo, on there. You can see Rachel Wilkenstein. So there's a number of different interviews with Mumia and other things.
BlockReportRadioWorld.com.
Right.
Okay, I know time flies. We only got a couple minutes here, but you wanted to speak on your trip to Cuba.
Yes. When we went to Cuba, we went out there to the 3rd Annual International Meeting of Theoretical Publications of Left-Wing Parties and Movements. It was at the Nico Lopez University in Miramar, Cuba. And it was 30 countries that was invited. And we also heard of the Cuban president. But we met many delegates from different countries, from Namibia, yes, and also Morocco, and also Beijing, Antigua, and a lot of them said that they heard Mumia was free because, again, this is why we said that he was taken off of that international stage where his case used to went up in the UN about 3 times. So now they're saying like, oh, in 2001, a judge yawned. I said, no, they moved him from the frying pan to the brawler and gave him a life sentence after they removed him from there. So we also went there, and it was the Grandma, the 60th anniversary of the Grandma newspaper and the
Juventud newspaper.
Right, that was over there. And we also met locals. We met some locals. We, over here in the States, we had a pool for doctors to get medication and get some medical materials for them because they have a blockade over there.
Yeah.
So they have some of the intelligence doctors and they have staff very intelligent, but they don't have access to a lot of stuff.
Basic
because this
stuff.
blockade been going on since 1961. We hear people say when the government shut down, that was a great example. Now imagine if that happened for 61 years. So this is how they're struggling over there, and it's a lot. It's even people with their housing, with regular things, and with that Hurricane Melissa that came through.
Yeah, Hurricane Melissa, we left, and 3 days later, Melissa hit. One of the translators that was working with us, her name is Maria. Maria didn't even get a chance to get back to her house where her children were in Guantanamo. She was with us in Havana and around the Havana area. She didn't get back to Guantanamo in time. Her house blown down with her kids, with her children.
So
her children had to go somewhere else. We're fortunate that they're safe, but she sent pictures of her house. You can see her story at sfbayview.com. SF as in San Francisco, sfbayview.com, and there's a story, and you can see pictures of Maria and what's going on with that.
Wow, I got to leave it there. I might have to do another show on that. Jamaica, Cuba, just a devastation. Haiti. Yeah, there's a lot of work being done around that, and all of us have a role to play. J.R. Valrey and Jamal Ibn Mumia, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure to talk with you. Y'all can connect with them tonight at the BLMLA Center for Black Power. Tavis Smiley's up next. He's got a fully loaded show for you as usual. Don't forget to tap in with me, whether you're trying to go to Africa or trying to see what's going on with JR and Jamal. You can go check in with me at DePrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio on all platforms, most especially Instagram, which is where I am most active. Like my father, the late Amiri Baraka, used to say, a man is either free or he is not free. There can be no apprenticeship for freedom. Until next time, KBLA delegation, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is urging residents to know their rights when dealing with ICE.
If ICE does not have a judicial warrant signed by a judge, you have the right to say, I do not consent to entry, and the right to keep your door closed.
He released a video after a recent raid on Canal Street. Meanwhile, the city council is debating 4 bills to protect immigrants. Former NBA star and champion Eldon Campbell's cause of death has been revealed. Campbell died in a boating accident in Pompano Beach, Florida, with authorities ruling his death as a drowning. The 15-year veteran was found washed up on the shore after a solo fishing trip. His family calls the loss tragic. And Antonio Brown is asking a Florida court to drop his attempted murder charge, citing stand your ground. Prosecutors say the former NFL wide receiver shot a man at close range in May after an alleged robbery attempt. He faces up to